Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport here on YouTube and Facebook for our preview of the first ever Home Nations tournament game for England, and they'll be taking on Spain on Saturday. It should be an exciting game at Wembley Stadium. England, of course, their first international fixture since finishing in fourth spot in the World Cup during the summer, losing to Belgium in the third place playoff, but they did manage to get themselves to the semi-final stages of the tournament for the first time since 1990. Spain, on the other hand, went out in the, was it round of 16 or quarterfinals? Round of 16 against Russia on penalties. A bad performance by them, but a little bit of change around in their squad now, of course. Luis Enrique in charge for the first time, and he's got a whole new squad of players ready to go for them. But Joe, England, Gareth Southgate, an absolutely fantastic summer for them, and now looking to come into this this new international tournament, the Home Nations tournament, potentially a first real good opportunity for them to, finally get some silverware on the international stage for the first time since '66. I mean, great performance by them in the World Cup in the summer. Not many true changes around in the England squad, only just Jamie Vardy and Gary Cahill retiring from international duty, and Luke Shaw coming back into the England squad as well. What are we expecting from this England squad over these next two international games against Spain and Croatia?
Well, first of all, it was great for them to obviously get as far as they did in the World Cup, the semi-finals. Nobody expected that. Everyone was thinking last 16. I was thinking quarter-finals, personally myself. Did fantastic. Obviously, it was interesting. You expected Cahill to retire, to be honest. Vardy was one of those. I thought he maybe got one more tournament in him, but obviously I respect his decision. I think England against Spain is a much changed Spain. Obviously, they've lost Iniesta, Piqué, and a few of the other players. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else has gone. So it's a Spain side in transition. So England should, I think, go all out and try and attack Spain and see if they can get results. Don't get me wrong, the new Spain under Luis Enrique aren't going to be any slouches. They've still got the talented players. They've still got the big squad, obviously, of players they can choose from a very strong league.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be hard, but I think England, if they attack at Spain, they can cause them problems.
Yeah, it was a strange one, really, because when you're talking about the England attack, you would think that Jamie Vardy would probably be second fiddle to Harry Kane in that instance there. So, not really much of a wait for him to get the opportunities for England, but decided to focus on club football. And now instead, we've got Rashford and Welbeck as the only natural attackers for England, but we do have a flux of attacking midfielders, shall we say, in a sense of of Dele Alli and Raheem Sterling that have proven themselves in the Premier League to be an attacking threat. Are we expecting the same kind of formation really for England in these upcoming international games? Because that's what's worked well for them, as we've seen in the World Cup. But is there a worry now that maybe potentially teams could know too much about this England squad and how they play?
I think I'd expect them to continue with the same formation, looking at who they picked the squad to pick, both Trippier and Walker, and then Trent as well, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So picking three right backs, traditional right backs,
traditional,
would show that they're going to continue with the same thing. My only worry was later on in the tournament, teams seemed to have figured England out. Belgium, the group game was pretty much nothing. But then obviously Croatia figured out how to combat them in the semis, and then in the third place playoff, that's one. So Belgium did it again and beat them even more. Obviously, to play them off the park. Whether the England lost interest in the third place playoff, I don't know. That's debatable. But I think it's going to be a bit of a worry. I think England should continue with what they're doing, and this sounds contradictory. But then obviously on the other side there is the worry with everyone knowing what they're doing and watched them over the World Cup, how they're going to play. But we played Croatia during the World Cup, and they knew how to combat us. So it's not surprising we know how to combat them. And
we'll be playing them again in a couple of days' time in the Nations League. So it'll be a nice reunion, shall we say, in a sense. But
maybe revenge will be sweet. Hopefully.
Ooh.
We never know.
Let's wait and see.
But with Spain, it's going to be interesting because obviously it's a new Spanish side in transition.
Luis Enrique taking in charge. Reading through the squad list last night, surprisingly, there was only 2 Barcelona players in the Spain squad. I think that's Busquets and Sergio Roberto. So that's quite interesting, really. No Piqué in the squad, as you mentioned already, but the likes of Marco Alonso, who's had a fantastic start of the season with Chelsea, is back into the team. Morata as well, good start of the season for Chelsea as well. Unfortunately, Pedro didn't make the cut, which is surprising for me because he's had a better start than both of those guys. But this Spain squad's still got a lot of quality in it, Joe. And arguably they were better than the round of 16 elimination against Russia in the World Cup, weren't they?
Yeah, obviously Russia were very tactically astute, didn't
they?
They knew
home field advantage as well coming into play.
They knew once they got that equaliser, they were going to play for the draw. That was their tactic, play to the draw and hope they had the luck on penalties, which they had, obviously. I'm trying to think who missed the penalty for Spain now.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but, that's something really to push on forward because, Spain have got that on their backs now and they know they're a better team than what they showed at the World Cup. Former World Cup winners in 2010, European champions in 2008 and in 2012. So, it's a quality strength in this squad.
Aspas, thank you.
Aspas.
Thank you. Aspas.
Man behind the camera, Andrew Pollard.
How could I forget about Aspas, the man who can't take corners. Or penalties.
And that's why he doesn't play for Liverpool anymore, But, this Spain squad is rich in depth and in quality on their day and can really give England a run for their money. What are we expecting on Saturday night playing against England in the first UEFA Nations League game? Can England get ahead because of their World Cup pedigree finishing in the semi-finals, or is Spain going to have a little bit of resurgence here under Luis Enrique?
I think Spain will probably still play the same tiki-taka style. It's in the Spanish DNA, to be honest. And obviously they're winning side and they're full of winning players that like to win. They've got that winning mentality. I think it's with Luis Enrique, it's going to be interesting to see who he picks as his first Spanish 11. That's going to be interesting. And they're playing away, so it's going to be one of those. I think a draw would be realistic scenario in this scoreline. In this game.
Yeah, I think a draw is a fair one, but I'm actually going to go for England win. I think that the England squad is quite still on that euphoria of finishing in the World Cup semi-finals. I think they can carry on that confidence and momentum into this game against Spain, which is a little bit of their confidence taken away from them after being eliminated by Russia, arguably entering the World Cup the worst ranked team by FIFA's rankings. So I think Spain will bounce back a little bit, giving them a bit of a tough time, but in the end, I think Wembley should be able to pick up this England squad from where it has been in the past. The Wembley Stadium's, a quiet kind of place in terms of England international fixtures because, it's only been this past summer where the modern fan of football that only just watches it every now and then has become interested in England international fixtures again. Usually it's all like, the international breaks here, no Premier League football now for another week or so. But that's kind of changed this summer. And I think that new kind of confidence is going to bring back this England squad that we've known from the past, the 1990 squad and the 1996 European team that went far in European championships as well. So, any final thoughts for the game?
Because Southgate, he's the one.
Yeah, Southgate, you're the one. You apparently still has turned us on. Please bring football home again. What are your own predictions for the England versus Spain game taking place this Saturday at Wembley Stadium? Can Gareth Southgate continue the World Cup euphoria, or will Spain be a bit of a resurgence under Luis Enrique? Let us know your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Let's Talk Sport content. We see you all very soon.